Hello, thanks for joining me for another review. This one is hopefully going to be a pretty special one. I've had this beer for 4 years. Anyway, it's a beer from Portugal. It's from the Sardine Brewery, and it's called their Bloomer I Madeira. It's a collaboration beer with Tual in Copenhagen in Denmark. Sardine, incidentally, they're out of Lisbon, yeah, there we go. God, I've got something right, makes a change. But yeah, so it's a 330ml bottle then, it's 12% ABV. This is a beer that has been... So they brewed this beer in January of 2015. It's been aged, a Plum Stout aged on Madeira wine barrels. I don't know for how long, it doesn't really elaborate. It goes on to say, we went to Portugal, this Tual, to Portugal in the spring of 2015 to brew this pleasing stout with our friends at Sardine, aged on Madeira barrels together with a fresh harvest of plums from Portugal. This is the perfect berry version of the Danish chocolate dessert plums in Madeira. So there you go, there's a bit more information there. Enough of the waffle. It's a black bottle cap. It's been in the fridge, as I said, for about 3 or 4 years. I'll give a shout out to my buddy from Madeira, for giving me this beer basically. So yeah, I really do appreciate Diogo. He now lives in Lisbon as well. So anyway, beer in the glass, bit of smoke coming out there. So 12% ABV. Let's go down, straight down the middle. Try and generate a bit of a head on this one. I'm not going to go crazy with the pour, I'm going to leave a little bit, because I'm going to be joining a hangout with this beer as a barrel aged beer kind of hangout. So it's a beer in the glass. It's got not even a quarter of a finger of just kind of like, almost like creamy. Let me just stir it around, give it a bit of texture. So you can tell that's kind of like a brown sugar molasses type looking head, decent lacing, loads of alcohol legs pouring down the glass, as you'd expect at 12%. So it looks quite thick bodied. Into the light, yeah, it's jet black. There's not even any kind of plummy kind of hues coming through, it's just perfectly jet black. So I'm reviewing this beer on the 20th of February of 2020, so there you go. So if you get this beer, highly unlikely, but if you do, if you've got one tucked away, this is now. Let's give it a sniff, see what we get. Oh yeah, Jesus. So it is very... You're definitely getting that kind of Madeira wine barrel kind of aroma for sure. Having had quite a few beers and wines from Madeira as I go fairly regularly, it just kind of brings it all back. But it's very kind of, it's quite sweet. I mean, the plums are there, but it's more of a kind of a molasses brown sugar, candied sugar, almost like a burnt brown sugar. Burnt brown sugar with, you know, with plums. Getting a bit of a barrel kind of complexity in there as well. I don't know how long they actually aged the beer for. I think I picked this beer up in... When did I add it to Untappd? Sorry, I should have sorted this all out before I actually done the review, but... So I actually I didn't purchase it. It was given to me by Diogo from Vihala craft beer dealers in Madeira. Can I hurry up and find some information that makes this a little bit more relevant in the fridge cellar? Let's have a look. So when did I add this? So I added this to Untappd to my fridge list on the 18th of May of 2018, and I probably had this since 2017, something like that. Enough waffle, let's get into the taste. Cheers. Oh, wow. Considering it's the ABV it is it 12? Yeah, 12% ABV. I'm not getting it initially on the palate. We'll get to the actual as it goes down in a minute. Because I was getting a bit of it towards the end of the first taste then, so hold your horses on that one. Wow, it's like a real kind of mellowed out kind of plum notes. The plum's there towards the back end, but the mouthfeel is generally very smooth. That as I've said already on the aroma, the Madeira wine barrels, whatever wine barrels they've used, it doesn't really actually say. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting. What else am I getting on this? Maybe a bit of coffee, chocolate, milk chocolate, I'd say. Plums, obviously. Yes, it's more plum to the finish, but then you're getting this kind of sweet kind of milk chocolate, and it goes into a slight coffee espresso kind of edge, but not crazy espresso like some of the strong ones you can get. More of a kind of a mellowed out one, and then the plums finish off to make it just smooths out really well. There's no sharp edges on this beer. It's very easy drinking, dangerously at 12% ABV. It's mellowed out, I would assume, lovely. We've still got a bit there, but I'm going to leave that for after. So I'll just give it a swirl, just see if we can generate a bit of a head that gives you an idea of the kind of quality or the condition of the beer. And yeah, as you can see, as I was expecting, really fantastic. So Mean Sardine, I've reviewed 2 or 3 beers from them quite a while ago, and Tual, everyone knows who Tual is, out of Copenhagen. Do some great beers I should be reviewing more often than not, but yeah, real treat to actually crack this one open now. In terms of a rating then for me on this one, I'm going to give this beer an 8.5 out of 10. I think. I'm glad I've had this beer for ages and then just decided to crack it. I had to give it a review, of course, before I went onto a live hangout to repeat everything I've just said. But for my channel, here we go. It's here. So yeah, an 8.5 out of 10. So it's a 4.25 on the Untappd scale. There's a bit more information there. I don't want to go crazy with the tilting because there's still beer in it, but there you go. If you want to pause it. Over to Untappd then, it's had only 920 total check-ins on this beer in the last 4.5 years. It's had 3 in the last 30 days, which is quite a lot, I'd say. It's had 778 total ratings then. It's coming in at 3.91. Yeah, this for me is an 8.5, 4.25. Thanks again to Diogo. I really do appreciate if you ever watch this. So that is Plum I Madeira. So it's a collaboration with Mean Sardine out of Lisbon and Tual out of Copenhagen in Denmark. Interesting one. Thanks for watching then, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.